Mushrooms are not something you grow, they are something you partner with. You can turn cardboard boxes, coffee grounds, bales of straw, and dead logs into pounds of gourmet, expensive mushrooms. You can create a garden that doesn't just produce, but one that recycles itself, closing the loop. Today, we are not talking about magic. We are talking about process. I am going to show you 3 low-tech, or as I call them, wise pathways to partnering with this hidden kingdom. We will focus on 3 of the most forgiving and delicious: oyster, shiitake, and lion's mane mushrooms. If you are ready to move beyond simple growing and become a true steward of your garden's life cycle, subscribe. Join this community. Let's unlock the wisdom of fungi together. Part 1. The mushroom misunderstanding. What are we actually doing? Before we begin, we must break the central myth. Holds up an oyster mushroom. This is not the mushroom. Just as an apple is not the apple tree, this is merely the fruit. The true organism is not what you see. The true organism is the mycelium. The mycelium is the white, web-like, thread-like network that lives inside the log, the straw, or the soil. That is the body. It is the mouth, the stomach, and the nervous system all in one. It is a living, breathing, intelligent organism that threads its way through its food, secretes enzymes, breaks it down, and absorbs the nutrients. When we see a mushroom, we are only seeing its reproductive organ. The mycelium fruits when conditions are perfect, usually cool and damp, to release its spores, the equivalent of seeds, and reproduce. Wisdom. 1. We don't plant seeds. We plant a colony. When you buy what is called mushroom spawn, you are not buying spores. You are buying living, thriving mycelium that has been grown on a substrate like grain, sawdust, or wooden dowels. We are taking this strong, established colony and transferring it to a new, larger food source. We are giving it a new home. Wisdom Merker 2. We choose the decomposers, not the partners. The mushrooms we can grow at home are a type called saprophytes. This means they eat dead organic matter, wood, straw. Oysters, shiitake, lion's mane, they are all saprophytes. There is another type called mycorrhizal fungi, like chanterelles or truffles. These form a complex, symbiotic relationship with the living roots of trees. We cannot grow these. That is a wild magic best left to the forest. Our work is with the saprophytes. Wisdom, the Burger 3. Safety is also wisdom. We are talking about cultivating known, edible species from a known, purchased source. We are never talking about going into the woods, picking a random mushroom, and eating it. A wise gardener knows the difference between cultivation and recklessness. Our goal is to grow known delicacies. So our mycelium is ready. How do we give it a home? Part 2. The 3 wise ways to partner with fungi. I will break this down into 3 levels, from the easiest, try it today, to the most permanent, garden for years. Way 1, the kitchen counter. The just add water kit. This is the gateway. This is for the skeptic, the person who thinks this is too hard and needs to see it to believe it. What it is, you buy a box that is essentially a fully colonized block of sawdust or straw. The mycelium, usually oyster, has already done all the work. The tree is already grown. You are just asking it for apples. The process. It is almost laughably simple. You open the box. Inside you find a bag of white solid mycelium. You cut an X into the bag. You set it on your kitchen counter, out of direct sun, and you mist that cut with water twice a day. The result: in 5 to 10 days, tiny pins, primordia, will begin to erupt from that slit, and then they explode. They will double in size overnight. 3 to 4 days after that, you will have a massive, beautiful cluster of mushrooms ready to harvest. The wisdom. What have we learned here? This method doesn't teach us how to grow the mycelium, but it teaches us what the fruit wants. It teaches us the 2 key triggers. 1. High humidity, which is why we missed. 2. Fresh air. Exchange. FAE. Mushrooms breathe oxygen and exhale CO2, just like us. The X cut provides the fresh air that signals it's time to fruit. You will get 2 to 3 flushes, harvests, from this block before it is spent. It is fast. It is inspiring, and it proves this is possible. Way 2. The recycler's dream. The oyster bucket method. This is my favorite low-tech method. This is where we graduate from buying a block to making our own. And we are going to do it by using trash. Oyster mushrooms are incredibly aggressive and forgiving. They will eat almost anything with cellulose, straw, cardboard, coffee grounds, old newspapers. We will use a 5-gallon bucket. Step 1. Prepare the substrate, our food. We must give our mycelium an advantage. If we just throw it on straw, it will be competing with the trillions of other mold and bacteria spores in the air. We can't sterilize. That's hard and requires equipment. But we can pasteurize. The wisdom of pasteurization. We are going to weaken the competition, but not kill everyone. We use the hot water bath method. Take chopped straw. Submerge it in a large pot or insulated cooler with water heated to 160 to 180 degrees, 70-80 degrees. Do not boil. Boiling kills the good guys too. Let it steep for 1 to 2 hours. This kills most of the molds, but leaves some beneficial bacteria that actually help the oyster mycelium. Drain it. The straw should be damp, like a wrung-out sponge, but not dripping. Step 2. Prepare the bucket. While the straw cools, take a 5-gallon bucket with a lid. Drill 1 4-inch holes all over the bucket, sides and bottom, spaced 4 to 6 inches apart. This is for breathing, air exchange, and drainage. Step 3. The mushroom lasagna, inoculation. Now the fun part. In your clean bucket, we make layers. At the bottom, a 3-inch layer of your cool, damp, pasteurized straw. On top, a handful of your oyster mushroom grain spawn. Break it up. Another 3-inch layer of straw. Another handful of spawn. Repeat, packing it down tightly until the bucket is full. The last layer should be straw. Step 4. Incubation, the run phase. Put the lid on the bucket. Place it in a dark, temperate, 65 to 75 degree, 18, 24 degree place, like a closet, a basement, or under a bed. And now, forget about it. For the next 2 to 3 weeks, the mycelium will run. It will migrate from the grains onto the straw, devouring it. If you peek in the holes, you will see the whole bucket turn white and dense. Step 5. Fruiting, the payoff. After 2 to 3 weeks, you will see tiny, pinhead-sized mushrooms forming in the holes. This is it. This is the signal. Now, the mycelium needs light, indirect, and lots of humidity. Move the bucket to a shady spot outside into a bathroom, or just put it in a large, clear bag. Mist the bucket 2 to 3 times a day. In a week, you will have an explosion of mushrooms erupting from every hole. The coffee ground. Wisdom. Want an even, lazier way? Coffee grounds are already pasteurized by the brewing process. You can mix your spawn, about 10% by weight, directly into fresh, same-day coffee grounds, and pack the bucket. No heating required. It is turning trash into treasure. Way 3. The patient gardener. The Shiitake log method. This is the slow path. This is the legacy path. This is for the gardener who wants to do the work once and harvest for years. Here, we are mimicking nature. Shiitake and lion's mane love to grow on dead hardwoods. Step 1. Choose the log. The most important step. You need a hardwood log. Oak, maple, beech, birch. Critical wisdom. The log must be freshly cut. No older than 6 weeks, and ideally 2 to 3 weeks. Why? A living tree has antifungal defenses. An old, dead log already has competitors living in it. We need that sweet spot where the tree's defenses are down. But wild fungi haven't moved in yet. Ideal size, 4 to 6 inches in diameter, 3 to 4 feet long. Step 2. Inoculation, planting. For this we use dowel spawn, little wooden plugs that are fully colonized with Shiitake, or lion's mane mycelium. Get a drill bit the same diameter as your dowels. Drill 1-inch deep holes, just deeper than the dowel, all over the log. Drill in a diamond pattern, about 4 to 6 inches apart. Take a hammer and pound the mushroom dowels into every hole. Step 3. Waxing the armor. This is a non-negotiable step. The mycelium is vulnerable. It needs to stay moist, and it cannot have competitors invade its new home. Melt some food-grade wax, cheese wax, beeswax, soy wax. Take a brush or dauber and completely seal every hole you just hammered a dowel into. You must also seal both cut ends of the log. The wax is armor. It locks moisture in and locks competitors out. Step 4. Incubation, the great forgetting. Now, the test of patience. Take these logs to the shadiest, dampest, most forgotten corner of your garden. Lay them on a couple of bricks or another log, not directly on the soil. That invites too many bugs. And walk away. This is the run phase. It will take the mycelium 9 to 18 months to fully eat and colonize that log. Yes, months. This is a slow meal. You will see nothing but wax. Step 5. Fruiting. The shock. One day, a year or so later, you may walk out after a heavy spring or fall rain and find your log covered in mushrooms. The rain and the temperature change is the shock that triggers fruiting. Want to force it? After you know a year has passed, you can shock the log by soaking it completely in cold water for 24 hours. A few days later, it will explode with a harvest. You can do this every 2 to 3 months. That single log will give you Shiitake mushrooms for 5 to 7 years. Part 3. The philosophy of fungi. Holds up a handful of white myceliated grain. Spawn. This is not just another vegetable. This is a partnership with another intelligence. Mushrooms teach us what plants cannot. Plants teach us about the sun and the sky. Fungi teach us about darkness, patience, and the soil. The kit teaches us conditions, humidity, and air. The oyster bucket teaches us transformation. That waste is just food in the wrong place. It is alchemy. It is turning coffee grounds into protein. The Shiitake log teaches us patience and legacy. It teaches that the greatest reward often comes not to the one who works the hardest, but to the one who understands the system and is willing to wait. When you begin to partner with fungi, you stop being just a gardener who takes from the soil. You become a steward who closes the loop. You are taking death, a fallen log, spent straw, and actively turning it back into life. You begin to see the hidden connections. You understand that the soil beneath your feet is not dirt. It is a living, breathing matrix of mycelium that holds the whole thing together. So start small. Buy a kit. Try a bucket. Stop just growing. Start recycling. Start partnering. And let the hidden kingdom of fungi reward you. Thank you for joining me in the garden today. What have you been throwing away that you could be growing on? Cardboard? Coffee? Let's share the wisdom in the comments below. Until next time, be well and keep growing.